Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to Playing with Kristen. And this video I am going to be showing you how I set this up for my daughter's school planner. I've had this planner for months, and for the longest it was just sitting because this was going to be the planner that I use, my main planner, but I decided to use the Big Happy Planner, which was a better decision for me. So I had this gorgeous planner and I was just sitting, and I didn't want to turn it into a sticker book because the pages are way too gorgeous to be cut up into a sticker book. So it was kind of just sitting, and I said, I'll find a use for it. And with my daughter starting high school, I knew there was going to be a lot more work. She was going to have after school activities, and her and my youngest daughter are on different school schedules, and they both have homework due on different days, projects, different things going on at school. So I decided to make this into a planner for them for school. And I really didn't know how I was going to go about this at first, but I think I have a system and it's working for now. I'm a firm believer that, when you find a system that works, use it. And then when you find that it's not working, change something about it. Don't continue to do something just out of habit because, it just, if it's not working, it's not working. So anyway, let's get to where we're at. So we're in September. I started using this. When did I start using this? August. This is how it looked when I first set it up. August 17th was, I'm making sure I'm in frame, was the first week of school, the first day on Wednesday. And once I did this, and these are some stamps from Michael's, I realized I did not like all of these checklists and lines. I figure there's a better way to do this, so I'm just not going to deal with it. How I have done it is the top half of this planner is my oldest daughter, whose name is Haley, and the bottom half is my youngest daughter, who's Alyssa. And I still have that system going as far as both of them. The top part is for them, and the bottom, it's for my oldest, and the bottom part is for my youngest. And I find that I don't need the full column for, one child. I just really need to write what's going on as far as, early outs, tutoring, anything that's going on at the school, like, back to school night, which I didn't go to for my oldest daughter because I had to work. And my youngest daughter's back to school open house is usually at the end of the year. But anyway, I did put busy day ahead to do. It was a busy day, but when I did this, I kind of just put it away. I wasn't really doing anything with it. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to actually use this, whatever, So this was the second week of school, and nothing was really happening. For the first couple of weeks in school, especially for high school, people are still getting their schedule switched around. So teachers are not really doing a lot of work, yet. They're still trying to get the hang of things. And so my youngest daughter didn't really have any homework that second week of school. It was just a matter of, getting everybody situated. So I had nothing really to write down. So at this point, I really didn't know how I was going to go about this. I said, well, I really don't have nothing to write down, so I'm not going to deal with it right now. And then we got to the end of August. And as you notice, I don't fill out the dashboards on this because the dashboards don't really pertain to anything as far as school goes. Here we have, this is the end of August, the first week of September. It was a back to school night for my daughter. Like I said, I had to work, and I have to wash PE clothes. Nothing was really written down here. And this was, I put math homework for my daughter. I still wasn't really going all out when it came to this planner, and that was probably mostly my fault. I think if I would have sat down and thought of a strategy of how I was going to go about this, I probably could have had a lot more written down, or found a way that I was going to use this. But as you can see, I had a little bit. I always put early outs for both of my daughters, that way I can remember. And I look at this planner every single day because there's going to be work due that's every single day. So I look at it just as much as I look at my Big Happy Planner. I look at it every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, especially when my oldest daughter gets home from school, because she has a student planner. So I will transfer information from her planner to this planner. That way we're both on the same page. So this is the second week of September, and there was no school because it was Labor Day, and a little bit, a little bit of stuff for my daughter. She had math homework, and my youngest daughter had math homework. So, I mean, I was kind of getting into a groove here, and finally got some things situated. And this was last week, and this is when I decided, Kristen, break out some washi tape, and started getting things situated better. And my last week we found out about tutoring, and actually she didn't do tutoring this past Thursday because I did have a doctor's appointment that was at 5 o'clock, and her tutoring wasn't over till 4:30. So this was the first week they started tutoring at the school. So she did miss a whole lot, but she is going to be going this week, and I will show this week in a little bit. And basically, she right here it says Google Classroom. In her reading class, they do a lot of their work online. It's called Google Classroom, where they just log in with their school ID and password, and they can get the homework from there and answer the questions and turn it in. I mean, it's 2016. People are probably going to do away with actual paperwork before we know it. So there was just that. It was me telling her to go into Google Classroom and do her reading. If you didn't know, my daughter has ADHD, and she has a very, very hard time remembering. And I had got a phone call from her teacher this past Monday telling me that my daughter was missing 5 assignments. And so I kind of went into panic mode, and she said, I'm calling you now because progress reports are coming out, and I'm just going to let her turn these assignments on Friday. If she gets them all turned in, her grade will go up tremendously. So Google Classroom, and her teacher just explained to me that whenever she doesn't remember assignment, to go into Google Classroom when she gets home, and she can do it. So thank you for that. And so we had, originally I thought math tutoring was on a Wednesday, but it is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the same as her reading tutoring. So, this week she's going to do math tutoring on Tuesday or Thursday and do the other one on Thursday. So she does have 2 days of tutoring, and I put those in there so I can remind her, on her days to do tutoring. And I just put here for last Friday the assignments were due, and she turned them in, she showed them to me, and I just block this off right here with washi tape. And I just take washi when something is of importance that's going on and for their schooling. Like I put last Friday was picture day for my youngest daughter, and I put tutoring right here. That way, with washi tape, your eyes just kind of gravitate towards it, like, oh, why is that there, And so, like, I put the early outs, and then I put important things that are going on. Like, I put tutoring Tuesday and Thursday, and Google Classroom assignments doing picture day. And, I have a meeting with my daughters, all of her teachers tomorrow. And so I'm going to get a better grasp on when classwork is due, homework is due, any websites I can log on to check grades. All that stuff, I will find that all this week. And this week will be a lot more productive. And so this is the week that we are on right now, which is the 19th through the 25th. And I don't have a lot that's going on because I don't really know any information. I do have tutoring for reading and tutoring for math, or she can do reading on one day and math, and or math this day and reading that day. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's what's written down. And I have my youngest starting to practice her math right now. They're doing double-digit subtraction, and so she's having a hard time with borrowing. And I don't know about you, but math is my worst subject as well. So they inherited those traits from their mother. But anyway, I did put a weekend sticker here because, when the weekend gets here, kids just kind of check out of school. And so I put weekend here. But I think what I want to do is, even though it's the weekend, I'm going to have my youngest daughter, study, do some math. So, I'm going to put that down here, right here. Study math, and that's just going to be for her practicing, and for my oldest daughter as well. I'm going to have her study some math, because on the Google Classroom, there is reading, and she can select the level of reading that she's at and read, and she can also move up. So she can do that easily on the weekends when she has no homework, because during the week, as much as I want her to study, I would rather her get her work done. But I am going to incorporate at least an hour of studying I think, you know, you can never study too much. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. But that is this week right here. I usually plan out the week like on a Monday. You know, since I'm not filming a plan with me video on this, I just plan it out on the Monday of the week that I'm on, and write down what I know is going on. And once my daughters come home, if there's anything I need to write, then I write it as the week goes on. But that's basically how I have this set up. You know, as far as the cutting the columns in half, I think it'll always be that way, unless I find some other solution, but I can't think of another solution that would work better. So I really do like this. As far if there's something, you know, for subjects, I can always use a highlighter to highlight what subject is which, like use a yellow highlighter for math or a pink highlighter for reading or something like that, if I have a lot to write down and I want to be able to differentiate between the subjects. But I haven't had that much work written down yet. But you know, as soon as tomorrow gets here, it's a 504 meeting. And what a 504 meeting is, it's if you have a child who's been diagnosed with a mental illness or a learning disability, they have a 504 file. And that basically just lets teachers know that you can't learn your assignments or homework like all the other kids. And so it's for us to get together and figure out a way to accommodate her. That way she still gets the knowledge she's supposed to get. She's still responsible for doing all her work like all the other kids, but we just have to go a different way. So I meet with the teachers. That way I know how they are teaching her, and I can let them know my concerns, and we can all get on the same page. And tomorrow I will find out what days homework is due, every single, you know, whenever it's due in the week. And even though my daughter has a planner, there are times where she will forget to take her planner out in class. So at the meeting tomorrow, I will tell of her teachers, every teacher except for PE class, she doesn't need a planner for that, is to remind her to take out her planner and write things down. That way, if she does forget when she comes home, it'll be in her planner, and we don't have to worry about missing classwork. Because if you don't know anything about ADHD, it is one of those illnesses where you have to constantly repeat yourself to your child, because they will forget, and it's very frustrating. But it's something that we try to work on every single day. It's constantly repeating yourself and constantly reminding my daughter of things she needs to do. And that's not just with classwork. That is with chores around the house and everything she does in life. So it's just a matter of, that's why I got her a planner. That way she can, when you write things down, you tend to remember. But it's the problem of remembering to take the planner out. So I'll be telling all of her teachers, she has a planner. And if you can just please, when we get to school, when she has homework due, just like write a little note to write this in your planner. And I can look at it every day when she gets out of school, and we can see when homework is due and what date it's due, and I can write it down, and we can, have a good freshman year. So yeah, that is how I've set up this school planner. And, it's working out well for me at this point. It's still early in the school year. It's, about the last week. We're almost at the last week of September. And so we're still in the first quarter of the school year, which is great, because even though my daughter is a little bit behind right now, it's still early enough where we can get on track and fix everything. So I also want, even I have a 504 meeting because my daughter has illness. I mentioned this. But, as a parent, if any of you guys are parents that are watching this, I can't even emphasize how important it is to be involved in your child's education. Because without an education, you have nothing. No matter what your child does in life, whatever job they have, whatever career path they want to take after they graduate high school, an education is everything. So I am one of those helicopter moms when it comes to education. I'm not so much of a helicopter mom when it comes to other things, but when it comes to schooling, I am one of those parents where I'm like, what are you doing in school? When is this due? Do I need to go talk to teachers? I'm one of those parents where teachers love me and they hate me at the same time. They love me because I'm very involved in my child's schooling, but I'm also one of those teachers where I am a mama bear, that if I feel that my child is not being treated fairly, it hasn't happened recently, it's happened in, when she was in elementary school, that I will, I'm one of those parents where I go to school and I want to know what's going on. So I just want to reiterate that every parent should be very, very involved in their child's schooling, however you want to do it, whether you want to keep a planner or not. A planner for me is because I have other things going on. You know, for those who've been watching me for a long time know that I also suffer from depression, anxiety, and BPD. So I have my mental health to worry about and hers. And so having all these different planners keeps me organized, keeps me sane, and just keeps me on track of everything. And having a separate planner aside from my happy planner just for them keeps me a lot more organized, because one can easily say, oh, I'll just put all of this stuff, you know. And I do have the 504 meeting scheduled in my planner because I have to get up and go somewhere, so it's scheduled. But I do put it in here because it has to do with schooling. So sometimes, you know, just like the early outs are also in my happy planner, because that's the planner that's always out on my desk. I don't always keep this out. I just take it out when I need to write something down or look at something, and I put it away. So, you know, having multiple planners is the thing for me. You may not agree, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody plans differently. But yeah, I really just want to show this video to show how I set this up. If you have a student planner for yourself, let me know. If you have one set up for your children, let me know. Or if this gave you an idea to set one up, let me know. You know, I love to hear what you guys think, and I love to inspire, and I love to give ideas, and that's why I do these videos. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna get out of here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.